Assalamu alaikum.
Now, tell us about yourself first.
My name is Nayad Tajved and I'm from Islamabad. I've done my bachelor's in electrical engineering from NUST. As a bachelor's of electrical engineer, I participated in several activities at my university, mainly in societies where we managed events related to robotics and community service. Afterwards, I started preparing for my CSS exam. As far as my hobbies are concerned, I believe myself to be an outdoor person. So I like to go for hikes and I like to explore nature. I also like to play badminton. And as far as my moral values are concerned, I believe that perseverance and hardship are some of the key components that one should strive towards. So that's all from my side.
So you have done your electrical engineering.
Yes, sir.
You hope you are reading newspaper.
Yes, sir, I am.
Yesterday, Chinese foreign minister has landed, as well as Afghan foreign minister. Why they are here?
Sir, they are here for a trilateral summit between Pakistan, Afghanistan, and China. Mainly, there are 3 points of discussions that they would be tackling in this meeting. First is the issue of Pakistan and issue of Afghanistan and how they will raise economic sustenance for that country. Secondly is Chinese investment and how China will go around its investing in foreign direct investment in Afghanistan. And lastly is the issue of security that Afghanistan and Pakistan are suffering from simultaneously. So China aims to address that and chart out a future policy for that as well.
What is the length of Chinese-Pakistan border?
Sir, if you allow me to guess, I'm not sure.
What is the length of Chinese and Afghanistan border?
Sir, China and Afghanistan do not share a common border.
Where is this Wakhan corridor located?
Sir, it is between Pakistan and Tajikistan and it is towards the north.
What is the length of this corridor?
Sir, it is around 60 kilometers, I believe.
What is the width of this road, this corridor?
I'm not sure about it.
Here, Chinese border connects Afghanistan.
Okay, sir.
Then you have to look into it.
Yes, sir.
This is why they are here.
Okay, sir.
What is the status of agriculture corporate sector under CPAC?
Sir, I'm not sure of the exact domain of agricultural corporate sector under CPAC, but I believe that China aims to invest in Pakistan in main crops that Pakistan is famous for, mainly wheat for local sustenance and domestic consumption as well and for export. Secondly, cotton. Sir, in recent times, we have started observing that due to environmental change and climatic change, Pakistan has started suffering from food insecurity. And it is one of the key problems that we as a nation face today. And some term is it as an existential threat to Pakistan as well. So we know that despite being an agrarian country and despite having the largest irrigation system of the world, Pakistan is still suffering from a lack of wheat yield. Despite we're not meeting our yearly targets for that. So there is a collective effort on both civilian and military side to deal with this problem.
Day before yesterday, there was a meeting in India.
Yes, sir.
With the members of the Shanghai Cooperation. Where that meeting was held?
Sir, it is being held in Goa, and it is a Council of Foreign Ministers, and all the foreign ministers of 9 member states of Shanghai Cooperation Organization are attending that. For Pakistan, it is one of the landmark achievements that despite our conflict with India, our foreign minister has still visited the moot.
Identify 3 very important, good points about Pakistan, where Pakistan can build its positive image.
Sir, the first and foremost thing, in my opinion, is the tourism potential in Pakistan. Despite facing several setbacks in this industry. Pakistan still has potential for not only tourism in a serenity and in that sense, but also in cultural, religious tourism, potential for cultural and religious tourism as well. Secondly, with the rise of food prices all over the world, the entire world is facing food inflation. If Pakistan addresses the problems that it faces in its agricultural sector, we will be able to export our agricultural products in the world and to specifically to the region. And thirdly is Pakistan's geography, which I believe has always been a strong subject of Pakistan. Because of its geography, it connects one of the two most populous countries in the world, India and China. Secondly, historically speaking, it has been of a very important role in USSR and the conflict between US and USSR in terms of Afghanistan. And even in the security arena, Pakistan has been placed on a location which can serve its better interests in the future as well.
Thank you.
Nayad, your favorite personality includes Stephen Hawking.
Yes, ma'am.
What was his view on AIs?
Ma'am, Stephen Hawking believed that AI had both positive and negative aspects, but he was more of opinion that AI would serve to harm humankind rather than being beneficial for it. And he also argued that AI would surpass human intelligence in a century. And it would bring the humankind, which is currently the martial race or the supreme race, it would bring it under its prerogative.
So currently there is a debate going on about putting a pause on AI research.
Yes, ma'am.
And Elon Musk is one of those contenders also that yes, they should bring a pause to it. What is your view on it?
Ma'am, as far as Elon Musk is concerned, he, publicly argues that AI is not in the best interest of mankind, but he has invested a large amount in his private research institutions as well that are researching on AI. And I believe that people who argue that AI would not serve in the best interest of mankind are the ones who have not yet invested in the venture. So as soon as they get the opportunity to invest in AI and to be of some significance in the field, I believe that their viewpoints would change, because AI, in the current problems that we as a globe face, for example, climate change and the threat from nuclear annihilation, these are the problems that with AI we can solve. And as I mentioned previously, food insecurity is one of a major global concern. This can also be addressed through the right implementation of artificial intelligence.
You were talking about food security and climate change. Is it the first time that the planet is suffering from climate change?
Ma'am, the planet does go through El Nino and La Nina effects, which are temporary heating up and cooling down of the planet. But the rate at which we're experiencing the warming up of the planet in these times is unprecedented. And previously, we have not yet experienced such a sharp increase in temperatures, which in just 100 years, we have seen that 1.1 degree has already risen across the world, the average surface temperature. So this is a concern that plagues many scientists, specifically in the environmental science.
So why do you think dinosaurs went extinct?
Ma'am, dinosaurs went extinct because of a comet that struck the Earth. And because of the effects of that collision, the dinosaurs went extinct.
Which prophet taught us grain conservation for food security? Which prophet? Prophet of God?
I believe it was Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, because he was told by God that there would be a flood in the incoming times. So he built a ship and he talked about the conservation of food, so he could take those grains and whatever food supplies and animals to that ship.
Don't you think it was Hazrat Yusuf who saw this dream and then he taught the Pharaoh that 7 years of drought and so?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Salman.
Nayab, can you define time briefly?
Sir, time is a concept that Stephen Hawking and even Einstein argued that is a construct of our mind. And the fact that time has a single arrow of flow, that it flows from the past to the future, is also a construct of the mind, because time is a physical entity in the universe. As Einstein mentions in his general theory of relativity that time is woven in the space and forms the fabric of space and time.
Okay, what is universe in a nutshell?
Sir, Universe in a Nutshell is a book by Stephen Hawking. And in that book, he mentions the origin of the universe from the Big Bang, and he talks about how it's expanding and what would be the future of this universe if it continues to expand.
Can you tell me for Big Bang, matter from where came the matter?
Sir, this is a question that many theorists often ponder about, that they don't know what the point of singularity. They don't know where it came from.
Okay, Nayab, tell what you think, what sort of human nature is. I'm asking this question in perspective of international relations.
Sir, Thomas Hobbes argues that humans are in a constant state of nature. Hobbes' state of nature is one of conflict and it's one of disaster. And he argues that without a government or a group of people or an entity that human beings believe in or they follow, they cannot have peace or they cannot have cooperation with each other.
Okay, suppose that you are a follower of neoliberalism. How you will address Ukraine-Russia war?
Sir, in neoliberalism, there are concepts of open market and free trade. America, as a practitioner of neoliberalistic policies, has imposed financial sanctions on Russia. So they thought that this would cripple the Russian economy and it would be beneficial for the Ukrainian people. But as far as we have seen, that has not been the result that they have achieved so far, because Russia is still in trade with India over its oil. It's still trading partially with the European Union and China.
Okay, tell Woodrow Wilson's 14-point reflects which paradigm of international relations?
Sir, Woodrow Wilson's 14 points reflects the Wilsonian democracy concept that came after the World War I, and it became the fundamental reason behind the establishment of League of Nations. Although United States went on and then United States never joined the League of Nations, but it was a founding principle of the peace that came after World War I.
Okay, what is the major contribution of Mujaddid al-Islam?
Sir, I'm not sure about it.
And what Shah Waliullah contributed for the revival of Islam?
Sir, Shah Waliullah translated the Quran into Persian language.
What was his political solution for the revival of Muslim in subcontinent?
Yes, sir. Sir, he argued that Muslims in subcontinent had a distinct identity, and that they were separate from the Hindus and Jains and Sikhs that inhabited this area. This is his beliefs are argued to play as a foundation of the modern political thought of Muslims of subcontinent, who then went on to argue that they should have a separate electorate because of their separate identity.
Okay, thank you.
Nayab, what were the Delhi Muslim proposals?
Sir, I cannot recall them at the moment.
What is per capita income?
Sir, per capita income is the GDP divided by the population, the total population of the country, and the resultant amount, which is the income of that country per person, is the per capita
And
income.
what is the per capita income in Pakistan?
Sir, it is around $600.
$600
yearly.
Nayab, in chat GTP. GTP stand for?
Sir, GPT is a language learning model, and it has.
And this is the abbreviation of GTP is the abbreviation of?
I cannot recall at the moment.
Your favorite book is Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
When was this book published?
Sir, it was published in 1853. 1813, sorry.
13. And what are the few other books of the Jane Austen?
Sir, a few other books are Persuasion, Emma, Northfield Abbey.
What is the size of badminton court for the single?
Sir, I'm not sure about its exact measurements.
What are the major competition of badminton?
Sir, it is sports in Olympics, and other than that, I'm not sure about the
My last
specifics.
question is that what is the difference between line of control and working boundary?
Sir, the line of control and working boundary are the boundaries between India and Pakistan. The line of control is the boundary which is between the disputed territories of India and Pakistan, whereas the working boundary is a boundary that they have established is the international border.
If the both party agreed on some border, that is known as international border.
Sir, then I believe that the border in Kashmir between India and Pakistan is called the working boundary between them.
That is line of control.
Sir, I will look into it.
Thank you, sir.
Let's conclude it. Let's have informal discussion. पहले अपनी self assessment करो. 1 to 10 के scale में where you will place yourself.
Sir, around 5 or 6.
ठीक है. बेटी एडवाइस तुम्हें ये है कि एक तो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन शॉर्ट करो. दिस इज ए जॉब इंटरव्यू. इसमें सब्जेक्टिविटी ना लेके आओ. जस्ट ट्राई टू बी ऑब्जेक्टिव. नाम क्या है, क्वालिफिकेशन एंड एक्सपीरियंस, मोस्टली इसी पे फोकस करें. ठीक है ना. मतलब अपनी ख्वाहिशात बड़ी होती हैं, बट यू नीड टू फोकस ऑन दी जो चीज़ें आप दिखा सकती हैं. ठीक है. दिस इज ए जॉब इंटरव्यू.
यस सर.
अच्छा, दूसरी ये है कि ये जो हमने क्वेश्चन किए हैं ना, ये इसी किस्म के क्वेश्चन वहाँ पूछ रहे हैं. तो चाइना पाकिस्तान पे थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा होमवर्क करो. सी पैक के बारे में, मतलब दीज आर वेरी करंट इश्यूज. तो देयर थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग, तो यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन दिस. न्यूज़पेपर को, आई होप यू आर पेइंग अटेंशन टू द न्यूज़पेपर.
यस सर, आई एम.
कब है इंटरव्यू आपका?
सर, दिस मंडे.
ठीक है. अभी जाओ और घर बैठ के पुराने अखबार रिव्यू करो. आपकी स्टेट ऑफ प्रिपेयर्डनेस इज बेटर, अच्छी है. बट ये जो अगर ड्रॉप करना शुरू कर दिया ना, माइनर चीज़ें, ये तो बड़ी माइनर चीज़ें हमने पूछी है. ठीक है ना. दैट यू नीड टू बी केयरफुल. पंजाब में कंपटीशन बहुत है, इसलिए हम थोड़ा सा कंजर्वेटिव है.
यस सर.
Nayab, you have a good personality. You're nicely dressed, monotone, shoes, toes covered, everything. It's a good presentation of yourself physically.
Thank you, ma'am.
Normally, interview mein, I would recommend that where jo colors officially जाने जाते हैं, that's black, white, grey, and navy blue.
Okay, ma'am.
So Monday को जा रही हूँ. अगर आपके पास इन कलर्स में मोनोटोन हो, इट माइट बी बेटर. देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद व्हाट यू वेयरिंग, बट ऑफिशियल डेकोरम जो होता है मेन के लिए भी और वुमेन के लिए भी, द कलर ड्रेस इज द सेम. सो थिंक अबाउट दैट. यू आर एन इंटेलिजेंट गर्ल, बट व्हेन यू present an argument, you don't follow through. You start contradicting yourself. Which doesn't create a good impression. So, for example, when you're talking about AI, you gave an opinion, those who have not invested, although you said Elon Musk had invested and he's against it. So, there was no coherence in your response. So, better when you're asked a question, take a pause, but think through so that you're not contradicting yourself.
All right, ma'am.
ठीक है. इसी तरह दूसरा जो था फूड कंजर्वेशन पे भी, गिव योरसेल्फ सम टाइम. यू हैव द आंसर्स. थिंक इट थ्रू बिफोर यू स्पीक. वो कहते हैं ना, पहले सोचो फिर बोलो. सो दैट हेल्प्स. अदरवाइज माशाल्लाह यू आर गुड, वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट यू आर अ विनिंग हॉर्स. छोटी चीज़ों पे, डिटेल्स पे थोड़ा work on it, you'll do well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
नयाब, उससे कि आपने हॉब्स की बात की थी, says there is a war all against now and survival of the fittest. फिलोसफी है वही कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में एग्रीकल्चर की जो मैडम ने और सर ने आपको चीज़ें शॉर्ट कमिंग्स बताएंगे, ग्रे एरियाज है, इनको थोड़ा सा एड्रेस कीजिएगा. आप माशाल्लाह बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हैं. जो साइंसेस के स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं वो इतने अच्छे आंसर्स सोशल साइंसेस के लिए अक्सर दे पा रहे होते हैं. आप इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग आपने किए, लेकिन आपने इंटरनेशनल IR के भी और हिस्ट्री के अच्छे आंसर्स दिए. एक चीज़ थोड़ा सा याद रखिए कि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन इंडो पाक हिस्ट्री पे भी पूछे जा रहे हैं, लाइक थर्ड बैटल ऑफ पानीपत, वॉर ऑफ ट्विंजार. इनको भी एक थोड़ा सा लुक दे दीजिएगा. जो दिल्ली सल्तनत का टाइम पीरियड है उसका एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, मुगल इरा, इनको थोड़ा सा देख लीजिए. ठीक है, अब बाकी आपके आंसर्स बहुत अच्छे जाते हैं.
जैसे अभी सर ने कहा है, पाकिस्तान अफेयर और इंडो पाक हिस्ट्री बड़ा फेवरेट टॉपिक्स हैं. आपने पिछले इंटरव्यू में भी देखे होंगे, ज़्यादातर पूछ रहे हैं. तो इसके लिए बड़ी एक अच्छी किताब है ट्रैक टू पाकिस्तान, वो ले लो. खाली बेटे उनके ना जो इंट्रोडक्शन है हर टॉपिक है वो पढ़ती जाओ.
ठीक है सर.
मैन फॉर एग्जांपल दिल्ली प्रपोजल, इसका सिर्फ इंट्रोडक्शन पढ़ लो और आगे ना इसकी प्रपोजल्स होंगी, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होंगे, एक दो पढ़ते जाओ. तो पोस्ट पार्टीशन को भी अच्छा देख लो. पोस्ट पार्टीशन शुरू होता है 1947 से लेके 1980 तक, मोस्टली आजकल क्वेश्चंस पूछे.
ऑलराइट.
देन देखें, आपने खुद बेटे लिखा है कि बैडमिंटन आपकी हॉबी है, तो देन आपको कोर्ट का नहीं पता, उसके मेजर कंपटीशंस का नहीं पता. आजकल परफॉर्मेंस से बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं. देन ये जो होती है ना आपकी लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल, ये दोनों साइड पे डिस्प्यूटेड होती है.
ओके.
ये पाकिस्तान का और इंडिया के कश्मीर और कश्मीर के दरमियान जो है ना, हमारे वाला और उनके, दैट इज लाइन. वर्किंग बाउंड्री होती है, एक साइड पे एग्रीड होती है और एक साइड पे डिस्प्यूट होता है, जो कि पंजाब और कश्मीर की बाउंड्री है. क्योंकि पाकिस्तानी साइड इंडिया तो एक्सेप्ट करता है, तो पाकिस्तान वाले वो नहीं एक्सेप्ट करते. इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर दोनों एग्रीड होते हैं.
ओके सर.
ठीक है, थोड़ा सा देख लो. ठीक है, बेस्ट ऑफ लक.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. थैंक यू.